Hello everyone, this is Namita Nanar, founder and nutritionist, Living Solutions. Today we are going to discuss about post-COVID care. Doctors are saying that post-COVID care is very important and role of nutrition cannot be neglected in any recovery from any infection. So many people would say, that what are you supposed to have? So all of us would say we all are well read. So vitamin A, C, D, zinc, magnesium, yes. But before all those things, we need to understand that a good balanced diet is of utmost importance. That means what? That your body should get all the essential nutrients, okay, in adequate amount. Like, to give you an example, all of us know that protein is very important, okay. But if you are not having enough of carbohydrates, those proteins are of no use. Like, for example, the main function of carbohydrates is to give energy. Now if carbohydrates are lesser and you're giving more of proteins, the proteins will have to do the work of carbohydrate, because energy giving it utmost importance. What I am talking to you, you're listening to me, you're walking, all these things need energy, which we get it from carbohydrate. So if the body is not getting enough carbohydrate, protein has to compromise its function of immunity, body building and many more things, and start looking after the energy giving thing of the body. So for your proteins to work well, you need to have enough carbohydrates. The same thing, I can give you innumerable examples of that, but the point is that you need to have a well balanced diet for a good recovery. Now vitamin C rich foods. What are the vitamin C rich food? All the citrus fruits are there. But one thing is very important is when you cook these foods, the vitamin C content is lost to a greater extent. Like tomato will have vitamin C, okay, it's a good source of vitamin C. But if you are cooking, okay, if you are cooking it, that means you are exposing it to heat. So the vitamin C content is going to be lesser. So if you are saying that I am having tomatoes in a sabzi, like a tomato gravy wala sabzi or some tomato ka sabzi only, then what happens is you are not getting that much amount of vitamin C. Okay, I am not telling it is bad, but if you are saying that tomato is there, so I am getting vitamin C through it, no, you are not getting it. For vitamin C, you need to have fresh fruits and vegetables which are uncooked. Like amla is a very good source of vitamin C, and now from October, I think we have started getting few amlas, but the best season is November to March end, mid-March to March end, we are getting good amlas, okay. So have one amla a day. Either you put it in your juice, okay, or you grate it on your salad. That's how you're going to get one amla a day, will give you a good amount of vitamin C. Vitamin A, okay, now beta carotene, which is vitamin A, which is present in the vegetarian form. Like you have yellow and orange color fruits and vegetables, that is your papaya, mango, carrots, all these things are rich in beta carotene, vitamin A. But now if you are having carrot sticks, okay, versus a grated carrot or boiled carrot, the absorption of boiled or grated carrot is going to be more than that of the just carrot sticks. So whenever you are having carrot, either grate it or boil it or cook it and then have it, so that you get a greater amount of vitamin A in your body. Apart from that, foods that are rich in zinc are your whole grains, eggs, nuts, okay, magnesium, legumes. Magnesium rich is your whole grains basically, and your non-vegetarian food items, your seeds, all these things contain. So basically, again I am saying a well-balanced diet is important. Proteins are very important, and you get proteins from your milk and milk products, your dals and pulses, non-vegetarian food items, your nuts. So you see to it that in every meal you are including some kind of protein. Like for your lunch, include a dal or a paneer or a non-vegetarian food item. In the afternoon, have some nuts. Like thus, like this, in each meal, try to include a protein. Okay. Now, basically, avoid processed foods. Okay, because they will have more of sodium or sugar or preservatives, additives, all these things are going to be there in your processed foods. Okay, when you are recovering from it, at least avoid it for 2 months. Like even I'm talking about processed meat like salami and sausages. Okay, full of preservatives. Please avoid it. Have fresh meat instead of that. Your squashes, or even sodium intake like your soya sauce or fish sauce would have a lot amount of sodium or preservatives into it. So always check the labels. So please avoid the processed food. Even if they say a frozen pizza just ready to cook, so just avoid all these things as far as possible. Fruits, have 2 servings of fruits every day, and vegetables around 5 to 7 servings you should have it. If you feel it is more, we can break it down. Like morning, evening, you're having a vegetable, that comes 2 servings. Include a salad along with it, like one tomato or boiled carrot, that type of a thing. Morning, evening comes to 4. And then you can prepare soup. Like you can have 2 bowls of soup or 1 glass of juice, that would comprise of 2 servings of your vegetables. So what I'm saying is, it's not difficult. What you need is planning and discipline. If people are having low energy and you're not able to eat certain things, you can have energy dense foods like dry fruit laddu is there, or moong laddu is there, or kheer, rice kheer, or oats porridge, very easy to do it, or different types of kheers. We have like lot of variety in that. You can have sweet potato pudding, like sweet potato and milk together, make it like a kheer and you can have it. So people who have experienced weight loss, or there is very low on energy but your digestion is good, you can have all these things. Okay, at a time, don't have too much of it. Slowly and steadily you can start having it, which will help you. Obviously, do not self-medicate even in terms of nutrition supplements. Consult your doctor as to what nutritional supplements you have to take, when you have to take. So this is what I would say. Apart from this, thing is, start with exercise, very low to moderate exercise if your doctor permits. Practice meditation. Stay connected with your friends and family, if not in person, either over a call. You need to take care of your stress levels. Okay, think positive. So all these things will help you. Yoga works wonders in this. Even slowly and steadily, when you're recovering from your your energy levels are getting better, start with very light weight training. That will also help you. So we can recover from this post-COVID thing, okay, faster and easier if we take care of all these things. Thank you so much, and wishing you all a faster recovery. Thank you.